All right, we are live for the 143rd episode of the
Let's Go podcast. We take a break for around the month. We come back with 4 in a week and a half. And we are back with another RSK recap. I guess we get a little more into some specifics that we have not really touched on as much as we would have liked to. We have some, the RSK Tier 2 edition here. Solely, we have Mordechai Abittan and Mr. Zianse Ernie on the podcast. Morty's been on a few times. I think this is Alman's second, maybe third time on. So a couple guys who are very comfortable in the HSL Let's Go podcast space. We can't wait to get, you can never get enough of the RSK tournament talk. So we're happy to be here. And Dave, take it away.
Zalman. Good to have you here. That shirt's a little flamboyant for a work day, isn't it?
You know, it's Thursday. It's almost Friday.
Showing off the guns, a little tight, a little colorful.
Yeah, that's what somebody else told me.
It is Pride.
Right.
It is Pride. It's Pride Month.
I hope you don't get any complaints from HR. But anyway, also good to have Morty Abittan in the house, one of the most loquacious, one of the most garrulous, one of the most talkative players on the chats. We love having you. Also recently passed the bar exam and getting set up with a law firm and planning on sponsoring a team, I understand, in the HSL next year.
I'm also hoping that with, a law job, he'll be able to afford better internet.
Why is it so green?
We're talking about that before the podcast. We're like, Mordechai's like, do I look grainy? I'm like, if you want to call it grainy, you look grainy.
It's grainy. You look like your father could do some evaluation of your skin.
Anyway, so is his father a dermatologist?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the most famous ones.
Really? What makes him famous?
He's a pimple popper.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Isn't that what... That's
Corey,
what
are you hiding in a preschool? Where are you?
I'm in my kid's room, the second bedroom.
Oh, pretty close.
Okay, so let's get right into it. I understand Zalman doesn't have a ton of time. Why don't you let's start more open-ended. How was your experience last Sunday? Wow, it feels like a month ago. It was just this past Sunday, right? At RSK. Yeah. How was your guys' experience?
I mean, I love the tournament every year. I think it's a lot of fun. I love the Players Lounge because that's usually where I end up very early. This year was no different.
I heard they're thinking of renaming it the Zalman Pollock Players Lounge.
This year we came in with such expectations. I looked at our squad. I was like, yeah, we have like a great team. Like we're really going to go far. We just suck. I will say, I know that, listen, a lot of the talk has been around that 4-inning playing game. Like,
yes.
Whatever. We should have won before that. Like, what are we doing? Like, I mean, it sucks. But I will say that the 4-inning playing game that's just not baseball. You know, our teams don't wake up before the 5th.
What was the score in the game?
6-2. It wasn't why we lost.
Yeah, it's not why we lost. We didn't hit all day.
Did you lose to the Hasidim, to Motcha and Mendy who won the championship?
No,
we lost to a different pair of Hasidim. Where do these people come from? Where they never were allowed to touch a baseball bat in their lives. All of a sudden, they're coming out. This guy, you should have seen one of the Hasidim. I loved it. He had the stance. He was.
But that wasn't the team we lost to. That was Brookler's team. Dovey.
Yeah, Brooklyn's team. That's who we lost. That's who we lost to in the first game.
On the first game, yeah, but that's not. He didn't get eliminated by them. But yeah, he's got the black eye paint. This guy, he was legit.
Yeah, these guys had black eye paint. Looked like they took it from their tefillin bag.
Wait, so you know who? Wait, so who did you lose to in the elimination game? The Schwartz brothers?
No, I don't know who they were. They were
not Hasidim.
Not Hasidim. It was
Josh.
It was Kornfeld's team. Kornfeld.
Beer. They had a couple guys in their team that are legitimate Tier 1 players, by the way.
Yeah, there was other controversy also. They took a guy that wasn't their shortstop, wasn't really on their team. Whatever.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. That's apparently the rules didn't even allow for it, even though we allowed for it. Whatever. Again, that's not.
Is that what Yossi Rose? Is that what we? Dave? That's
yeah. I think you guys.
No, I asked Yossi Rose regarding an even more sensitive subject, which is that the winner of the tournament had a player on their team who didn't raise any money. I guess it's interesting. The tournament has gotten important enough to people that they're flouting the rules or trying to flout the rules, just like we have in our leagues, Avi. People care a lot about winning. And, I remember when Joey was running the first championship in Florida, playoffs, going to the playoffs. I said, "Are you ready?" He said, "Of course. What's to be ready about?" Anyway, it ended up being. I said, "Something comes up." I said, "You see, something comes up every playoffs, every championship." And lo and behold, what happened, Avi? A team wanted to push off the championship game, and it was ugly.
Oh, it was a disaster.
Ugly. It was
both postseasons were disasters. I mean, thank God they both worked out, but it was crazy.
So people care a lot. They're looking for any kind of edge that they can get, and they're looking to flout the rules. And then, so what we were talking about with Yossi, well, two things. One, the more important one is that they had somebody playing who didn't raise any money. So, that's like wild. So, Joey wants it overturned. Wants the championship overturned over there or something, but then there was also this other incident where the guys Zalman played against, Zalman and Morty played against, added somebody to their team who had been eliminated already. What had happened?
Yeah, they were the one seed. These kids were the one seed. They're very good. Avi, is it
they won the championship?
Is it the kids you played with last year?
I think they won the championship the year before that last year.
Those aren't the kids that you played with.
No, they won. Those kids won the tier 2 championship the year before.
Yes, they did. I know a couple of them from
yeah.
So, they won the championship the year before, and they were dominant. The first 2 games, they destroyed us and the game before, and then they got upset, and then they took it.
Yeah.
And then they took one of their players.
Wait, they dominated in what? Say that one more time.
They dominated the first 2 games, the prelim games. These kids. Then they got upset in the first round. And the team that upset them, I don't know. I don't really know the details. Some injuries, I don't really understand. They had a full team, so I'm not sure what the injuries situation was.
Yeah, I think that's what bothered me the most. Is that after the game, we were like, they took a guy to play for them, and then after the game, we see like one guy on their team, and he just doesn't want to play the field, so he was just DHing. We're like, wait, you have 10 guys, and you guys still took another guy, not only another guy, but an excellent player from a different team. That was a little bit suspect. Again, not why we lost. We still, with the talent on our team, we still should have won.
That makes me wonder, every player has to raise $1,800. Is there a team amount or it's a player amount?
We've tried.
Player amount. We've tried to do team amounts, and we've been told that we can't have them play.
It makes more sense, though, because it will encourage teams. It seems like multiple teams had an issue with personnel, so it would encourage teams, you got to raise, let's call it, instead of $18,000, let's call it $20,000, which seriously, come on, that's enough money to raise, but you can bring up to 20, and maybe you cap it. You could bring up to 14.
Much less money for the organization, Dave.
Why?
Yeah, because then you have a lot of guys just raising nothing. I know Tuvia's going to raise $6,000, so I'm just not going to raise anything.
Fine, then have a player minimum of $300-$400 or something. But Avi, instead you have 2 teams who didn't have enough personnel, leading to flouting of the rules. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I agree. That was a something that shouldn't have happened. It's not like it's super common and happens all the time, and there are multiple teams.
Yeah, I'll back up Tuvia on something. I think that rules should, I think if I were to recommend something for them in the rule book, it's got to be like, these are the rules, and don't ask the other captain. Like, it's not right to put Tuvia in a position where it's like, now I'm a bad guy if I say no, because
Yossi mentioned that. Yeah, Yossi mentioned that.
That's a very tough spot.
And that apparently is the rule, Morty. Tuvia, we just didn't know that. Apparently that was the rule. We just didn't know. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, again, I had a great time.
No, nothing to do with why we lost. Nothing to do with why we lost.
We should have played a lot better. The second game really got away from us very early. And
the second game meaning what do you mean?
The second prelim. The prelim.
Oh, okay, got it. Uh-huh.
And the only other thing that I will say that maybe they could do better, again, fantastic tournament. Great time. Not here to complain. Some of the fields were just like, it was like playing in quicksand for like the
sandbox. Yeah.
Wait, Zalman, I want to correct you at one thing. You're actually specifically on this podcast to complain. That you actually are here to complain.
No, I've gotten in trouble for that before.
Yeah, I don't know how they would. They don't have. They probably don't have a real grounds crew, and it didn't rain for like a week before. So it was very, very dry. So that's probably why it was so sandy, would be my guess.
Yeah, no, it was just like we were getting stuck. Like the ball, like it was a tough field to play on, and just not everything was like even from home plate to shore or whatever. It was like some fields were closer up, some it just felt like a little bit awkward, but it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I always have a good time there. I wish it was closer, but it was great.
Yeah. So,
guys, I do apologize. I do have to jump, but I did want to at least make it on. I'm tagging in Trey.
I'm tagging in now.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on, ZP.
See you,
yeah, guys, I look forward to another great HSL season. continuation of this HLSL season.
Or two.
And yeah, thanks. If people don't say it enough, I know that you guys get a lot of complaints and stuff, but thank you guys for everything that you guys do for our community with the leagues and the kids leagues and everything. So it should be said, even though we
Amen.
all love, even though we all love to complain.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Zalman.
Aw, he's so
Go-
sweet sometimes, no?
All right, guys.
See ya.
Peace.
Thank you.
Prager, we were just talking a little bit about the tourney, and
Yeah.
Zalman was saying all the right things. He's a bit of a public figure,
Yeah,
he's
he has
gotta
to shake hands, kiss babies. It's different.
Exactly. So he's got to say the right things. Prager, on the other hand, is a maniac, ready to say it like it is, and Morty.
That's what they call me. They call me the maniac. That's actually.
do they?
It's been, yeah.
Wow.
It's been my
Probably helps you in the courtroom if you ever are
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
courtroom.
He's
So,
becoming, by the way, you're becoming a public figure too.
who I am?
Shalom.
Oh, Shalom.
Not
How's
gonna
it?
get into it. Not gonna get into it, but there's some things.
Uh-oh.
No. From
What's
from professionally.
Well, what's going on?
Is there?
Cease and desist.
What's happening?
Do you not know what I'm talking about? Do you not know what I'm
I
talking
don't.
about?
I genuinely don't. All right, maybe we
I'll
won't.
send-
Maybe we
I'll
won't
send you
record
privately.
this.
I don't want to be
Morty
annoying
is-
and bring it up here. You sent
Did I get a cease
someone.
and desist?
You guys sent someone on Instagram.
We did. All right, we'll talk later, Morty.
I'll send it to you after. How am I the first person to tell this to you?
Ah.
Wait, what's going on here, guys? Can someone break the news to me here live on the podcast?
some girl on Instagram who's making accusations against her seminary, and your firm sent her, and she posted it that your firm sent her.
Did she really?
Defamatory,
I don't know.
whatever, and she posted it on Instagram.
Oh, wow. What's the name of the girl? I'm all.
I was about
I
to
don't
ask
know.
that.
I'm ready
I don't
for
know.
this.
My,
All
wife,
right.
my
Wait,
wife,
I'm not ready
my
for
wife
this hot,
showed it
so
to me.
1 second.
Yeah, right, Morty.
Let's talk about the
No, I
tourney,
have-
guys.
wait,
How about
wait,
back
I
to the
have-
tourney?
Shell's getting
So,
all nervous.
I love the 4-inning idea, guys. So I'm peace out.
So yeah, the 4-inning thing is really, really confusing to me because it's a day of like 40 innings of softball. I still don't understand, and Yossi was replying in the chat a little bit, and I'm in Yossi's shoes, of course, in so many different ways, being commissioner, and these complaints, and those complaints. So now I'm in the position of being the complainer, so I'm sympathetic to Yossi, but I'm also genuinely just trying to understand how it was determined, what the magic number is, and apparently there's a magic number of 18. Every team has to play 18 innings, and otherwise you're shortchanged. If the number is 16 innings, it doesn't work. So basically, my understanding is since every team needs 18 innings, when you need to now save 2 innings when you get to what we call the play-in game. So the only place we can cut a corner is that play-in game because you need the 18 innings before the play-in game, and having the play-in game has 6 innings and the championship has 6 innings, there's even a game after the play-in game which I think was 7 innings, right? So it's not clear to me why you can't take an inning off the last 2 games and add them to the play-in game. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the first 2 games. The
Well,
two.
well,
I mean,
no.
the preliminaries.
The preliminaries
The
have to be 6 because the magic number, it sounds facetious, but this was like a 300 item back and forth in the players' community, in the HSL community.
Yeah.
It's determined that 18 if you're playing less than 18 innings of softball, Avi, you're shortchanged. 18 is
by
the
the way,
magic number.
I understand. I understand. I don't think that's so arbitrary. I understand that.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay, why 18?
Because 6 innings, while most leagues are 7, 6 innings is a legitimate game. 6 innings is a full game. It is. 6 innings,
I
if
agree with
somebody's saying a 6-inning softball game is a full game. Less than that, I don't think it is. And I don't, again, I know it is, I know that me saying that is arbitrary, but I feel like everyone would agree with that, or most people would agree with that, I would say.
Okay.
All right, a 6-inning game is a legitimate game, right? Like, no one complains that the prelim games are 6 innings. Everyone kind of views that as like, that's basically a full game.
Right.
Okay.
So I think that's where I think that's the 18. I think, listen, maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to speak for them, but like I think that's where 18 comes from. It's you want to play 3 games. You're raising a lot of money. You're traveling, whatever. You're putting in the effort. You get 3 legitimate games in at the very least. I fully understand that, and I totally understand that. It seems like now there's this extra, right? Then there's 5. When there's only 10 teams, then there's 5 teams. What do you do? And there's no better. I don't think there's a better. I've thought we can talk through the other options. I don't think the other options are better. The 7 to 10, 7, 10, 8, 9. I don't think those are better.
What about cutting an
just-
inning off each of the 2 games afterward, the semis and the champs?
So that because I guess listen, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair thing to do. I think they probably want semis and championship to be a legitimate full 7-inning softball game. I just think the championship tier 2 game was, I think, because of an ump issue, an ump not showing up, so they were just sitting there waiting for a little bit. But like they were totally ready to go before the tier 1 was ready to go with their championship. So like I'm not sure why the 2 innings is like, meaning make everyone happy and just play 2 more innings. It's between 8 minutes and 20 minutes max. I don't think 10 innings an inning is. I don't think 2 innings takes 20 minutes. But let's just say you want to say it does. So then 20 minutes max. You're adding on. I just don't think it's worth having people feel like they're not getting a legitimate. Meaning you're getting. Yes, everyone's hitting the 18 innings, but now people are getting eliminated in a almost semifinal game, and they feel like they're getting gypped out of a real game. You know, and it's like you don't want to compromise like the integrity of like the tournament, kind of, in a way. You know.
I mean, let's just just to backtrack. I'm obviously coming in the middle. First of all, it's a great.
You're not
tournament.
actually. You're not actually.
No,
Coming
you're not.
We weren't.
Oh no, I'm
we
not.
weren't talking about it.
We all love it. We all love the tournament, so we keep going back.
Yeah,
Best tournament.
it's 100%.
Best day.
It means you care about it. It means you care about it. You're not saying this is shit.
I think
No.
I think the biggest, meaning obviously we had a terrible 2 seeding games. I'm not trying to like be like, oh yeah, obviously if we would have played better, we would have been out of the playing game. It's not no secret there. But with all that being said, we beat a 3 seed. The team that we played beat the 2 seed, I think. So it was the 8-9 game, if I'm not mistaken, was the playing game, which means that you're basically, again, for lack of a better word, penalizing the 2 teams that just upset better teams, quote unquote, according to your own seeding parameters, that now have to go play another 4-inning game before they get to play in a semis game. So either add the 2 innings on, like Morty's saying, and you get a legitimate game in, because otherwise we played 4 innings, you barely get through the lineup once. Even if you are scoring some runs, let's say the score is 3-2, you're getting to your number 4 hitter maybe when you circle back around.
A lineup and a half, yeah.
Exactly. So
you know what the issue is? While you're talking, Sean, Morty was saying that 6 innings has a feel of legitimacy to it. In a range-shortened MLB game, you still need 4.5 innings. You're not even up to the 4.5 mark. Anyway, great.
No, that's true. That's true. So, I mean, again, listen, obviously people a lot smarter than me are running the tournament, and I'm not going to step in their shoes, being that they've done a great job. That being said, there's got to be an answer that's more than 4 innings in the middle of the playoffs. Like, if you wanted to play the play-in game right before the playoffs started, fine. So you play a 5-inning game maybe, or something like that before the playoffs start. But once you have a big win now, you beat the quarterfinal team, you have an upset, you're going to say, okay, actually take a step back. Now you're playing a team that's supposedly on the same playing field as you, but only for like half a game. And then you can go ahead and play your semis game against the better teams, quote unquote. Like, you already did all this. Like, what are we pausing the playoffs for? And
consolation games are considered to get to that 18. I'm with you, Prey. To get consolation games are too lame. Meaning a world in which you play 5-5. A world in which the seeding games are 5 innings each, and then round 1 is 5 innings, and then the team's knocked out after 15 innings. Okay, you could play a 6-inning consolation game or something like that. It's too nerdy. It's too pathetic. Nobody's interested. That's not getting your money's worth. Is that the idea of why consolation games aren't a thing?
Yeah, everyone's got competitive. We're all competitive, and again, maybe there's a couple teams not, but I think like even tier 2 is the top teams in tier 2 are very solid. Like they really.
I want to get into the talent level. So wait. So did we? So Prager, you said people much smart. Yeah, go ahead, Morty.
No. Sorry.
I was gonna say we can beat this issue to a dead horse. I'm just not sure if anything's been proposed. Did you tell me, Morty, that last year was 3 innings?
Yes, that's what I was about to say. So I was about to. I don't. By the way, I also want to give them credit. That I don't think I think they're very open and like want to hear. I really do. I really believe they want to hear these things. Last year was 3 innings. Clearly they heard that, and I think they're trying to. I think it's still like it's year 5, but they've only had 10 teams. This is only the second year that they had this situation. They adjusted after year 1, hearing people, and I would think that if they think it's possible, they're feasible, they'll do it again.
Then how does the tournament do with? How do they do with games starting on time and time between innings? Those are tight. there's no time to make up in there.
Between innings was pretty tight. The game starting is tough because it depends on the game before it, right? The other team, the game, if one team's
You go into extras
in
or
a,
something, yeah.
in a 10-8 game and I'm in a 1-0 game, and my game's going to end 10 minutes before.
Got it. Okay, Avi, what were you going to say? Sorry.
Well, first of all, for us, Tier 1 was very smooth because there's only 4 teams. So that's part of the perks of 4 teams. Everything worked out really smoothly.
Yeah, but then you have the stupidity. But then you have the stupidity of seeding 3
semifinals.
Meaningless seeding games. Get rid of the seeding. Get rid of the meaningless seeding games.
And the semifinals.
Yeah, but then everyone gets.
Then what?
You got.
What do you say? What do you say, Shalom? Oh, Shalom, you're on your phone?
I got cut off with a phone call.
Avi, you know what that means. No.
That means no editing this podcast.
No, it means no editing the podcast. There's a whole thing with Riverside right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I shouldn't drop any F-bombs.
Okay, yeah.
No, so I was saying is that this way, if you play in Tier 1, everyone just gets to say they made it to the semis. Sounds pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, that's what Joey said. He said, I'm playing chess.
Oh, Avi's going to love that. In 3 years from now, Avi's going to, I walked in the semis.
Yeah, I was gonna say my 5 years in RSK, I've only not made it to the semis once.
Yeah,
now.
there we go.
4 out of 5 years.
He's only won 2 games in 5 years, but he's made it to the
Made it to the
semis.
championships 3 out of 5. Made it to the semis 4 out of 5. And have 1 ring. How many of you have an RSK championship ring here? Anyways, going into the championship
Cook
game,
us, Avi. Cook us.
The only two.
The worst part about Avi is that he's actually pretty good at softball.
He's very good
really
at
is.
softball.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. 'Cause
You
want him
wish
to be
he
bad.
was worse at it.
By the way, I didn't get into that.
Avi's great.
I told
love playing
Dave.
behind Avi.
Thank you. I told Dave before the podcast.
Wait till you make an error, Morty. No, I'm kidding.
I've gotten a lot better at that. I've told Dave the podcast that we did with Yossi Rosenberg before the one with the Moose Man. I told him that I wanted to rant and sort of do like a personal rant, but I feel like it would be too egotistical and get into the whole rant of how like on all these chats that I'm on, and I really should get off these chats. It really just clogs my brain more than helps. These different leagues, MSL and all these other leagues chats. The rhetoric was like how lucky we were to win or how horribly overrated the 5 Towns All-Star team wins. Nobody ever gave our team any bit of credit, especially Yehuda Koenig or myself, who I think pitched 2 absolutely gems of a game. And I would hate to say it, but even our own guys, our HSL guys, if you ask half of them, I don't think their response would be that we played an amazing game. I think a lot of their response would be that they just didn't hit. They were out of it. They weren't feeling it. They were misplaced in the lineup. I don't think there was very few people came out and said, "Wow, these guys must have really played a really amazing game." Anyways, I didn't want to get too much into that. Now I did because Sean brought it up a little bit. It's a little rant of mine, but it's an egotistical rant, so I tried avoiding it. Back on
You
topic.
want credit, Avi. You want credit. You want a lot of credit for knocking off a powerhouse. Well, it got lost in the shuffle because you got slaughtered in the championships. You had an hour and a half break.
Yeah.
You got crushed in the championships. But you want credit for the great. The greatest.
It might have been the greatest upset in the history of softball, and I'm saying that. I'm not joking. You're laughing.
No, Avi, I'm laughing because
look at the rosters.
Avi, as Steve Pond likes to say, softball didn't start in 2022 when you showed up in the 5 Towns. I understand what you're saying, that it was a huge upset. I get it. But it's undermining to your case when you take hyperbole like that.
You could clip this. I do not think there was... I can't... Line the rosters up near each other. I'm being serious. I don't see how it's possible for there to have ever been a bigger upset than our roster sweeping the roster that we played against. Just looking at the roster and names and the where you put them in the lore.
Avi, I'll tell you why. I tell you where. Okay, and then we'll move on from this, just because we're
I agree with Avi.
already.
I'm on Team Avi for this.
Okay, but that disagrees with our entire philosophy of softball, which is that with strong pitching and strong fielding, and it's really a philosophy of baseball.
It's not a stira. It's not a stira at all.
But 1 second, strong pitching and strong fielding beats strong offense almost every time.
It's not a stira at all. It's not a steer
It's
at
a
all.
little
That
bit of a
always
steer.
No, it's not, because that always applies. That applies in any game. You throw that in there every time. I still think it was the biggest upset ever. You always have that application. In every game, you have that application. A F-level team, you have that application. In softball, softball is softball. You could always be in a game with great pitching and great fielding. That always applies. I'm saying once you apply that, once that's thrown in there as an automatic application, I still think overall is the biggest upset you'll ever get. I'm not saying it's impossible to win a game. I told my team, if we check off 3 main boxes, which I spoke about earlier, we have a chance of winning. I think with that given, it was still the biggest upset.
1 second, so you would put the line before the game, your team at plus 1,800. That's crazy.
I would. It depend. No, you just said it, Dave. Depends if you
What
crossed
would the
off all
betting-
three. You can. It's very
Okay,
hard.
but
to put
no, but then you can't have it both ways. Morty, do you get the argument that me and Avi are having?
I think what Avi's saying is the fact that he swept them also, unless I'm wrong.
Maybe I would put it, Avi. What I would have put the betting line at before the game is something, for the series, the 3-game series, if you will, maybe like plus 250 on your team. Maybe.
That's crazy.
What would
That's
you have put it at?
absolutely
What would you
insane.
have put it at, Avi?
I would. I put it. this way.
Give me a betting line. Tell me what the betting.
I'm
yeah.
telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. The best. I would have put it at a plus 500, assuming we played a perfect game.
No,
You can't do that. That's not how betting lines work.
That's a little too much.
Yeah.
But, no,
So
but,
then give me a plus 500.
No, but where I'm with first of all, Avi, a couple of things. Just going on one other point, and now I'll come back to this. The point that you're originally making, I totally agree with. I have a strong opinion on this, but no one that ever loses. I find there are certain sports. I think softball is one of those sports. No one that's talented that ever loses ever gives the other team credit, in my personal, or they'll give credit, but it's one of those. Give credit, but I played horribly. And that's why we gifted it to you. I find that personally, anytime my team is generally an underdog in big games. In 15 years, have I ever won a big game? The other team will say it was because they played poorly. Always, it's just the way it works. In my opinion, good players don't want to say you were better than me today. It was because I had a bad day. It wasn't because you made. It wasn't because you. It's just what the Spurs did to the Knicks. We're the better team. We're the better team. And no, the other team played better, and they won.
I mean, at the end of the day, it takes two to tango. One team's going to play bad for one team to win, or one team's going to win because it goes hand in hand.
No, but what I hear Avi is that what he said. I think maybe he'll tell me if I'm wrong, but what he's saying about it always applies is that I just don't think you're going to have. I don't want to say names, but I don't think you're going to have a bottom level tier B pitcher actually win with bad defense. Actually beat that team. So it's only even possible to win the game. That game's not possible. I don't think that game will ever. The bottom tier 2 team will never beat that All-Star team. But from what's within the realm of possibility, this was pretty extreme as it can get. Now I don't want to say I don't know if I can think back and name some crazy upsets. I don't know, but my Sunday morning teams, we've beaten the Lobos and the Offmans, whatever. We've beaten good teams. I don't know, but I think what Avi's saying is that in order to even win the game, you have to have some baseline level of competency in the field and pitching. Yeah. And this was pretty stark from what's in the realm of possibility.
In order to be competitive with these super quote unquote super teams that we like to call them, like Dave, you said, you have to have very competent pitching and a very legitimate field. Now, if you have competent pitching and a legitimate field, you're never going to be out of a game ever. You're gonna be somewhere in the plus 200 to plus 500 betting line, if you want to call it. Even if you're tremendous underdogs, it'll never really get over plus 500 because if you're competent on the mound and you're competent on the field, you always will be in the game. What I'm saying is a team like myself who had competent pitching and competent fielding, I think it was all the way up at that plus 500. I think we were at the hardest, the most difficult matchup wise to win the game. When you have a field
maybe I just believe in your talents more. You shut most of these guys down in a championship not even a year before that, so I'm sorry.
This wasn't. Even
I don't
close.
see it.
This roster wasn't even close. Dave wasn't even close. This roster is 35 times better than that roster.
Wait, yeah, so times better? I don't know if you have more.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, I don't know if you have more questions about the talent, but one thing that
I want to talk about tier B talent. Yeah.
Zinn wasn't. Listen, Zinn is a dangerous hitter. He's not the most consistent, but he's dangerous.
Okay, Avi.
He was a complete afterthought at number 10. That's how talented they were.
Okay, we're on the same page, Avi. Okay.
I
Morty,
took a deep breath when I faced Lowinger at 7 or 8 in the lineup,
Okay, Morty, what were you going to say?
And I love you when I say he's a great hitter. No,
Morty,
I'm serious.
what were you going to say?
Crazy lineup.
Morty, what were you going to say?
Yitzy Rosen was on the bench. He had a 2-run triple, 2-2 triples in the playing games,
That's another thing. 16 guys for a tournament. That's a lot.
Well,
that's a lot for a team. 17 for a team.
Was part of the issue.
I
think they weren't.
There's no rhythm. There's no.
Yeah.
You can't get into any
I'm done. I promise. I'm done. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, Morty, what were you gonna say? And then we're gonna get. Wait, Morty, go ahead.
Well, I don't know if I should say it's about Avi's team, so maybe I shouldn't get into it. But what I was gonna say is what I also thought was very impressive is that I think it's being a little underrated. I feel that a lot of times, again, it's not applicable to everyone. There's exceptions. There's a lot of exceptions. But I think most of the time, a lot of guys that are, I don't want to say the top, but a lot of guys that are very good in tier 2. I'm not talking about RSK. In tier 2 of HSL leagues a big difference is that they may have the talent, but it's not. It's just. I mean, I've played in both tiers, and I played these guys. Seeing tier 1 games, playing in a tier 1 game against that talent consistently, you just get every ball that comes to you is a much harder ball. It's just consistency is. They're just. I think it's talent. The talent is there. Consistency is not there, in my opinion, generally speaking. So, and what I think was very impressive with Avi's team is there were a lot of those guys. There were a lot of tier 2 HSL guys. Those were not. That wasn't like, oh, Lowinger took this HSL All Star, top level to the top 15 guys, and then this was the next group batch. I personally, I don't believe that. That's
Wait,
true.
who on that? Who on Avi's team was a pure tier 2 guy?
Shinebine's tier 2 until this.
I don't know more.
Shinemine plays on the Lobo. Shinemine plays on the Lobos. That's a good point.
No.
He's brand new. He's brand new to the area, but he played tier 1 in LBA.
What Morty's trying to say is a lot. What Morty's trying to say are a lot of these guys are fresh. Like Merga Stettner is playing tier 2 and tier 1. Shinebine's playing, tier 2 in the mornings and tier 1 at night. Jason Schlessel's never played tier 1 until this year.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It's really Freeman play Jakob Sabo. They're legitimate tier 1 guys.
No, but also a lot of these guys took the jump up after the Twillery tournament.
Right. Madnick plays tier 2 and tier 1.
That's
what do you mean? When did Sabo and Shinebine play tier 1 nights?
No, Jakob Sabo's, but
Jakob Sabo won a tier 1 championship last spring.
Yeah,
and he played last year.
Yeah, and Jakob played with me with Mo Fight.
Okay, let's move on to another. Let's.
No, correct.
Okay, we're gonna call it a plus 1,000, plus 1,200. Huge upset, Avi.
No, I think plus 500's fair.
Okay, we applaud you for your efforts. We're proud of you. We love you. And okay.
Amen. Beautiful.
That's what we told Yossi Rosenberg. Now, so we don't, just for the record, Yossi's a very smart guy, very passionate guy. We don't fully have a wonderful solution for the 4-inning problem.
Yeah, make it a 6-inning.
I have one. Oh, Morty just said it. Shoot. Good job, Morty.
Yeah, that's what I said before. Make it a 6-inning game. The other game...
The answer is 6, yeah.
The championship game was ahead of the tier 1 schedule. It's not really going to make a difference in their schedule.
The championship game was ahead of the tier 1 schedule, even with tier 1 having 4 teams. So what's Yossi's response to that?
They played best 2 out of 3 semis in order to make the time up.
So then what's Yossi...
That game 3 was endless. And
so then what's Yossi's response to that? The fact that the
I think this is the first time I think we're just discovering this now.
Okay, because there's more focus. Because there's more focus being paid. There's more attention. Right. Okay. There's a lot more eyeballs on this now because people care so much. Okay. So it should just be 6 innings. And would you be okay with semis and champs being 6 innings or?
Yeah.
Right. I would also. The 6 innings feels like a fair shake. Like Sean, also your point about how many times they're getting through the batting order in a 6-inning game. So that's 18 outs. That means everybody's. Unless you get shut out, everybody has a minimum of 2 at-bats, and most likely, if you get on base just a handful of times, score a couple of runs to get to a 3rd time up. Even 1 second, you need 30 batters to get to right. There's 10.
3 times
10,
up.
Okay, so that would be 18 outs. That would be how many runs would need to come in. I'm just curious.
It's not even about runs. It's just about base runners. It's just about base runners, really.
Right. You need an average.
You get 5 or 6 guys on base. You're probably getting through the batting order 3 times.
Which is
maybe a little more than that.
Right. Which is a whip of 1. That's a whip of 1 point.
Assuming no double plays.
Right. Yeah. Assuming. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Right. In softball, you expect a whip also. That's
right. So if you get 7 guys on base throughout the course of a game between walks and hits,
don't account for the whip.
Walks, hits, and errors. Yeah, you're going to get through the batting order 3 times.
Oh, you're right. It's not just whip, Morty. It's also errors. Okay, fine. So now let's get to the next point. Since I'm RSK curious. That's what people are calling it nowadays. I've never brought it.
Hashtag RSK curious.
Yeah.
Well,
when I
next
first
year, next year, Law and Order. You're bringing it.
Yeah. Thank you for remembering that.
We already have a sheriff, so you could be the deputy, maybe something like that.
By the way, also, Steve Pollen, who claims he wasn't asked to be on a RSK team, Yossi Rosenberg messaged me that the champion of RSK and the director of RSK tournament said that he asked Steve to be on his team, and Steve declined. So you're hearing it here. Steve Pollen is.
Well, I mean, Steve is a loyal Five Towns guy. He don't play for Muncie. Come on.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Doesn't
fair.
even, doesn't even count as an offer.
Yeah.
You're not Gary for that.
He's not
You got to
good.
make him say no. You got to make him say no. And the Five Towns didn't do that. Should be a shame on us.
Yeah, so we need some law and order. So I lost my train of thought. So I'm RSK curious. I when I first met Avi in it was probably 2021 when you were playing for Rada that first time?
No.
It was 2022.
No, earlier. We won the championship during COVID, 2020. So it was probably 2020.
Oh my god, I used to hate you.
Many people. We won in 2020 during COVID. Remember our picture was the summer.
Yeah. So
picture?
that was summer of 2020. So
It was
then
either 2019 or 2020.
So then the first RSK was the year after that.
2021, yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, we started having better.
No, 2022. 2023 was the first RS. 2022, 2023.
Those are two different years.
2022. 23?
This is year 5, they said.
2022 was the first one. It was right when my kid was born. 2022.
So that was right after. That was when we lost that big championship.
Right. It was a year before my kid was born, so 2022. That makes sense. Okay.
So that's when we lost that big championship to the Bombers.
That season we lost. Yes.
So you won RSK before that or after that? It was
that year. I won RSK.
All right. Anyway,
I won the night league in the A night league. I won the Sunday morning summer league. I lost the Sunday morning A league and I lost the Muncie league. But I made the championship in every single league that I played in, and I won the Coil League. I made 6 championships and I won 4.
There were only 2 teams in all of these leagues.
Exactly. But we don't mention that.
I made all 6 championships and I won 4. It was the most dominant year any individual's ever had in soccer.
Anyway, Avi's been talking about RSK since 2022. He's always talking about
Most
RSK.
successful year anyone has ever had.
Potentially. Go ahead.
Are we going to get into another fight about that?
No. Go ahead.
The odds of him doing that were minus 7,000.
Oh, gosh. Okay, anyway, Avi's been talking about this for years, and he started making everybody crazy with it because it wasn't a thing yet. RSK didn't really take off in the HSL world, I guess, until until 2024, I think. Maybe even 2025. Probably. Anyway, the whole schedule needs to be arranged around Avi's RSK thing. Anyways, so...
Yeah, we got in a big fight about that. Go ahead.
With who did you get in the fight with? I don't remember. Actually.
Bliscoe. That was Bliscoe's team.
Oh, it was Bliscoe's team. Okay, anyway, I've been RSK curious. I really enjoy softball. I like bringing teams. I'm at, as I mentioned, I'm there. I was looking forward to rooting for our guys, and everybody's taking an early exit. Everybody's taking an early shower. So I'm interested potentially in bringing a team for next year, but I'm also kind of curious about the level of the Tier 2 competition. When I heard Mudcha and Mendy Schwartz won it, they were in our league, and I'm like, these guys are not special talents, So I'm trying to figure out, what is the talent level, and like we could start with Avi, the team that just won Tier 2, the Tuileries Tigers, the Night League. Mm-hmm. Where would that team have gotten to in the RSK tournament?
Tier 2, you'd have to think they won a championship.
What did you say?
Didn't they play? Most of those guys?
Different teams, spread out, totally
spread
different
out. But I would have thought the teams that Prager and Abittan's team or the other team, I would have thought they were as close to as good as the Tigers. I don't know.
I don't think they're as good as the Tigers. Tigers are really good. They're really stacked. You're forgetting Yossi Rosenberg's on that team.
Leaving aside Yossi.
All right, David Minella and Chesky Itzkowitz and
okay,
they're all in the same. Josh.
So then why are these?
As younger?
We turn those guys away. Our team.
I don't know. So it could be not. I don't know. It could be the 5 Towns stinks at softball, like Gary Adler says. I
No, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I'm curious what your take is, Morty or Shalom.
Shalom, you can go. You can go first.
I think it's very simple. Don't hit pop-ups and don't make errors, and you'll win Tier 2. That's it. That's literally it.
I think I don't agree. I don't know the Schwartzes weren't in our bracket. There were a lot of upsets on the other side. I'm not sure. I'm not discounting. Meaning they won the games, and the teams that they beat had to win, the upset games. But I don't know. We played 4 teams that were all very good, legitimate teams. Are they the Lobos? They're not the Lobos. They were all legitimate teams.
No cupcakes.
No, not at all. And I would say those kids that we played the second game that got upset. I mean, those kids are I think they're bringing it. It's like the family team. I think some of them are going to play. They're in the Tier 2. The Englander, Buskila. I don't know if you know those kids a little bit. Whatever. You'll meet them. They're in Tier 2 HSL. But whatever. Those kids are really good. Visaki Ackerman's team, who we finally as Shalom said, slayed the dragon. They beat us. They eliminated us the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We beat them. We beat them this year in a tight.
Oh, so you guys were on such a high, and then
tough
went into
fought
that.
game. But that team's legit. That team's very solid. Like very.
But it was a real trap. It was a real trap game after winning that.
I think Ari Rokoch was on that team.
Yeah, Rokoch played with them. Yeah.
He was on their team. Whatever. These teams are solid.
Structural Welders, a new HSL sponsor. Structural Welders.
Now that being
shout out.
Now that being said, if you get a legitimate team like that's well constructed, I think it's very easy to by far be the best team in my.
Dave, just do me a favor. Don't set HSL on fire with cherry picking the 2 best guys off of every tier 2 RSK team, because I can see a scenario
I'm getting to
in which the chat is blowing up.
I'm getting to
David Dubbin Gottlieb is getting it. Go ahead.
I'm getting to it. No, Avi, you're thinking what I'm thinking of it. Yeah, go ahead, Morty.
They take time in advance, in my opinion. I'm not suggesting anyone do it. I'm not, I'm just telling you my opinion on the talent. I think HSL is for sure. There's no question that you take away Lowenger's team, if Avi's continuing his team, which matters because those guys are good. But those guys could be a good addition to the tier 2 team. But if they're continuing their team, whatever, I think if you, even without those guys, if you want to make a team that's a legitimate favorite, in my opinion, it doesn't mean you're going to win it. You got to play well. No pop-ups, no errors, and no walks. Matters too. We can for sure have the favorite, in my opinion.
So one of the things I'm wondering is what's happening in tier 2 now is teams are really feeling a need to either have 1 or 2 legitimate tier 1 players, maybe even players who are swing players. Like on my spring night team I had, looking at some of the guys, I had Shlomo Ross, who plays in both, Morty Gindoff, who's definitely tier 1 caliber in a lot of ways, but might not have that experience of consistency like you said. But now I added for the summer. We should have won that championship, by the way. Unfortunately, it was unfortunate the way the semifinals went down. Craig, unfortunately, walked a lot of players. We made some untimely errors.
Misunderstood a rule.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm wondering, though, if you're going to construct a team of tier 2 guys, do I need to start cherry-picking guys also off of a tier... So for Knights now, I have Mike Pfeiffer, who I don't know if he's ever played tier 2 in Knights before, but he's like a tier 1 stalwart, So I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, do I need to also go out and get a Yaakov Sabo?
Hey.
Do you need to go out and get a Yaakov Sabo in order to compete at tier 2? Because if you're going to go... Yeah.
I'm thinking Yaakov... this is what I guess this combines my point that I was making before, but Avi's team is and this is nothing against Yaakov Sabo.
Yaakov Sabo is one of the best players in the league. He's one of the best players. I play with him Sunday mornings. He's one of the best players in the HSL.
So I think Yaakov Sabo could fit in our team.
I'm not sure why you're underrating him. He's he's for sure top 10. I might even call him top 5 in the entire HSL.
So I don't think I'm underrating him.
Top 5 is getting a little risky.
I think that's crazy.
I can see
Okay.
top 10, top 15
I think he's very good. I think a lot of the tier 2 guys in RSK are also very good.
So, but the question, fine. Then who do you consider a pure tier 1 player if you don't like Yaakov Sabo? Give me a name of a stud. Who do you consider? Jack Ross. No. What I'm saying is, do you need to add a Jack Ross to win to be a favorite in tier 2?
No.
Okay.
It really is as simple as what Morty said before, and I said before. Don't walk guys, don't hit pop-ups, field. Like every game that we lost in that turn on Sunday, whatever, was game 1 we lost. Well, game was actually a tight game. It was 2-0, and actually no errors on either side, but we hit a bunch of pop-ups. Game 2 we walked probably 7 guys. Game 3 we won, obviously. And game 4 we had errors and pop-ups. And we lost 4-2 or 5-2, whatever the final score was.
No, I thought it was 6-2.
Oh, 6-2. It was 6-2. Sorry, yeah. But like again, it was a 2-0. It was a 2-2 game for most of the game until we made an error, and then it just another error, and then another error, and then all of a sudden it's 6-2, and then you hit a bunch of pop-ups, and game's over. So I'm saying like, it really comes down to don't make errors and don't pop up with guys on in scoring position. We probably had like 4 or 5 times on Sunday where we had first and second with no outs, and we hit a ground ball to third for a double play. Like it happens. Obviously, it is what it is. But like those are So you can also just don't play stupid, and you'll be fine.
Okay, got it. Now let's get into the controversial part, which Avi brought up. You know, there are certain kind of unwritten rules around poaching in our league.
That was a very long time ago. I forgot about that.
Poaching?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's an ongoing
season.
issue. It's an ongoing issue. You know, there are unwritten rules around poaching, which poaching seems to be becoming more and more common. If you want to call it poaching, these are grown men. So what's poaching? What's, loyalties? The old crowd.
Listen, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Don't How do you know what the offers are?
Prager, I'll cover your RSK fee if you come to me. So my question is, look, I'm looking at these teams. I got a lot of friends on these teams. I got a lot of people I like. I also have loyalties to certain people. Like, I want my pitcher in RSK to be Nachum Mintz. I go back with Nachum a long way. I've won a championship with him. He's pitching for me now. We're about to win another championship. Hopefully, we'll see. We have a very good roster.
Nice.
I don't know if
Nice
Nachum will pay. I texted Nachum the other day. I said, "You gonna come pitch for me in RSK next year?" He said, "You have an RSK fever. Why don't you calm down for a couple of months and then, So, what are the rules around taking guys from RSK teams? What are the unwritten rules in this culture? If I want a Morty Abittan, if I want a Shalom Prager, what's the Psak Halacha?
I think it's made the best offer win, man.
What does the best offer mean? I'm not giving out money.
No, forget money. No, a roster, having to collect less. That's how it is in today's competitive age.
How do you collect less? What does that mean?
You could get, Jonas and Lowinger is very good at getting guys to raise, I don't know, $7,000-8,000, and then you call, you could sort of take some of that and apply it to someone else's page in a sense.
So they do allow that.
Well, they don't allow that. I don't know. Maybe Lowenger's got an in, but we've tried that.
I don't know. Don't allow do. No. I don't know. Don't allow. But basically, I mean, no. It's very simple, and you can't stop.
Podcast will never be posted.
I'm looking at Lowenger's page now. Hold on, I gotta.
It's
look.
very simple. No, what I'm trying to say is it's very
gives
simple, and
the other guy money.
you can't stop this. You have a guy who raised $10,000. He has one of his donors do it through the other guy's link. That's what they do. That's what we do in the gauntlet also, Dave. Like, it happens very common. Someone can raise 15,000. You'll have 5 or 6 of your donors. Instead of donating through my link, just donate through this guy's link. They don't know. You send them a link to donate.
Do you remember the name of Jonason's? Do you remember the name of Jonason's team?
Yeah, the team that got swept by us in the semifinal.
Is that what they're known as?
They did officially change their name to that, actually.
Based on Bayrock, something like that.
Bayrock, okay.
Jonas put on his status after he lost. He's like, unfortunately lost the semis on suicide watch for the next couple of hours.
So I want to pick off. So we have 2 different groups. Who's the official captain of your team, Morty?
That's a good question.
Officially, yeah,
Donnie.
Morty. I don't know.
Donnie is the official captain. Official.
Donnie, and then what about the other HSL Tier 2 team that Gindolf was on and Dicker and
I think it was Slomowitz.
Oh, Slomowitz. So I want to pick a few guys off of Slamo's team. I want to pick a few guys off of Donnie's team. Avi, you're telling me I'm getting into dangerous waters here.
Avi's telling you got into dangerous waters. Avi tried picking me and Mike Reinhardt off our team.
Mikey Reinhardt, in my defense, Mikey Reinhardt was officially a free agent when I approached him.
Uh-huh.
You know what, Avi? Interestingly,
I would have jumped ship, but Avi never texted me.
Avi asked me. I did not jump ship. I could have been a finalist.
You could have lost 14-0 in the chip also.
Yeah, you could have had that.
Well, this is interesting.
It was such a slow, painful death.
Guys, explain something to me. Guys guys who don't have 1,800 in the system. I'm looking at Jonason's team. Their credit cards are going to get charged for the rest, or
it depends if he made a special. No, it depends if he made a special deal with the zeros.
Shuey Hoffman, if you're listening, I see you raised $1,738.
Oh, so that?
No, I'm kidding. There's somebody with a lot less. I'm not mentioning. Yeah, okay, somebody very good. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying
I know this, for example. I think Ellie Race gets like a $10,000 corporate sponsor like every year, like donation. And I think that because he brings that in, he does it and then helps out. So there's something like I don't know where that's from. Maybe it's a different tournament, but like it's common. It's common in these tournaments. It's what happens. You can't control it. People bring in a crazy amount of money, and they're saying, I'll bring in this donation, but you have to allow me to help out my friend." Like, what are they gonna say? No, don't bring in the $10,000 donation. Like, of course they're gonna say yes. It's for they can't give up on that.
Okay, got it. All right. So you're saying it's fair game, Morty, Shalom. I have permission to come after you guys.
Sure.
1,000%.
I've really come a far way since I cried like a baby for Zid and Rokach leading me right before the season, huh?
You weren't crying like a baby. You handled it very gracefully. I'm serious. I don't remember that.
I thought I got
didn't.
very. Didn't I get very? I mean, I got very
don't think
upset
so.
originally. No.
Of course
Okay,
you're
so
upset.
yeah.
You're allowed to be upset, but you posted in the chat. You wished the Mazel Tov. You handled it with
Yeah.
grace and aplomb.
I guess in my head I was crying baby, but I did a job of holding it in and very maturely went about it.
That as a therapist, I would say that's just about the best you can do.
Yeah, and you know what? I impressed the Shui offense squad so much that Shui messaged me today to be his starting first baseman on the Shui League team.
Starting first baseman, interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly. You know, I got on his team as I asked him for a chesed to put me on a roster just so I could, potentially play some softball, knowing Dan Brown's going to pitch every game, and I ended up playing almost every game at either first or second base.
I guess Prager had enough. Morty, any closing thoughts?
By the way, just one thing going back, we were talking about Avi yelling, and Avi said he got better at it. Oh, you said, I said that I like playing behind him. You said wait till you make an error. Earlier this season, one game we got smacked. I forgot who we played. I think I don't know. I'm not sure if it was Yossi or maybe Yossi. We got completely
Lobos.
With the Lobos. We got completely smacked. Like game 3, like we were really good until then.
We were 2-0 and we lost.
Yeah, we got totally smacked, and there was one. I was playing. I think I was playing left field or left center, but I think left field. And then after an inning, we gave up like 4 runs or a couple errors that inning. After the inning, he yells as I'm right after the out, as I'm running in. He's like, "Come on, Morty! 10 out of 10 times you make that. Let's go. What is that? You're better than that." I'm like, Avi, no balls are hit to me that inning. I'm not sure. Not sure where you think I was playing, but go yell at the next guy.
Morty, what position do you play officially?
Left field, third base, I like a lot. Left center, and I personally love. It's not necessarily. I'm a big short center. I love the position of short center field. My favorite play to make in softball is the single that's not throw 'em out. To throw 'em out from short center. I actually had in one game. I had 4 of them in RSK. It was the time of my life. We got killed. We lost 8-0. But
You were picking the runners off. You were picking the runners off left and right.
My first baseman knows I'm throwing the ball like the first. Unless it's like if Zin's hitting a ground ball up the middle, I'm not. But most guys, 35, 40 plus, I'm gonna throw the ball to first on that. I like my arm on a throwing. Yeah, I like my accuracy and strength on the throwing running up. And I think short center fields. It may not. I think it's such an important position because it doesn't. It's like kind of a preventative.
What do you do with pitchers? But what do you do with pitchers who like playing 4 across, which is a lot of pitchers?
And different teams, different players who play 4 across. I just think the position itself, it doesn't get the most amount of balls, but I think, at least as a hitter that like aims, I go up there with like a plan when I hit, and I think it totally impacts the hitter. He's trying to go opposite field. Now all of a sudden he can't. He's popping it up. He wants to go up the middle. He sees it's open. If it's not open because the guy's playing there, it totally impacts the at-bat. And I think it's one of those that and I think it's also one of those you won't see a lot of errors from short center field. So people think it's it's not so important. A good short center fielder that has range, that can get to a lot of balls is in my opinion, a total game changer. I think it completely changes the game. Ball up the middle is not a single anymore. Blooper or a line drive into short shallow left, not a single anymore. I think those are personally, I think it's a game changer. Left field, left center, or third base. I really like third base. I don't play it as much.
So you're versatile, which helps in a tournament also.
Yeah, on the left side of the field. I would play the right side of the field if I was asked to play the right side of the field, but I haven't played it often. A couple of years ago, I played for Koenig at Monday night. I didn't want to commit while I was in law school because I didn't want to, but I used to sub for Koenig almost every week, Monday nights. And I played the first time ever. Him and Ezzy asked me, there's one guy that really wants to play left field. Do you mind going to right field? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, you sure? The ball comes off weirdly. It's different angle. I'm like, listen, I don't know. I've never played right field, but I'm sure I can do it. First at bat again, we're playing my former team, Amnons. Ellie Race hits this line drive hard, a rip, a line drive rip. I was going up to the ball, getting on a one hop. I completely missed it. It went to the side of me. I've never seen a ball come from that angle. And I'm like, honestly, right field, it was a hard shot. It was a line drive, but I'm like, maybe this angle thing is legitimate. I don't know. I've never felt as silly playing softball as I did that one play, and I finished the rest of the game there. But now I'm hesitant before I'm all confident saying yeah, sure, I got right field, no problem. Prager
Got
just
it.
speaks
Final-
on switching from left to right. He just did it. And I think he also said it wasn't so simple, changing left to right.
Zalman's back. We gotta wrap up. I have so much work to do. Okay, last question. When is too early to start recruiting for RSK?
You already missed the opening.
That's why I came back on. What do we got here?
All right, we're signing. Go ahead, Sean.
Did I make the team?
I don't know yet, Zalman. Not if you show up in that shirt.
Also, no feeling.
It's a gorgeous shirt.
It's a
I
beautiful
kinda
shirt.
like the shirt.
It's a beautiful
You're not,
shirt.
yeah, one second. You're not wearing my Tuileries polo that I gave you on at the RSK tournament.
I am not wearing your Twiller polo.
I'm wearing
today.
I'm wearing a Tuileries polo.
Wait, Sean, why did you give Zalman a Tuileries polo?
Totally,
I'm fat, and he's smaller than me.
Wow.
Should've got that one.
Sums
By
it
the
up.
way, if you guys want to know, Avi, if you want to know about my experience in under 5'10" and Twillery yesterday.
Yes. Give us your experience.
I see
This is by the way, this is the greatest podcast of all time.
No,
I see.
Cease and desist.
Avi, I wanted you to
Under
know.
5'10", Avi's accomplishments, Avi's losses, and Zalman's polka dot
Nothing
shirt.
fits.
All right,
Nothing fits. No pants, no shirts. Nothing fits me.
You're
either
too small.
I'm either too skinny or I'm too tall. The kids things don't fit me because I'm too tall for my weight. I'm too skinny or I'm too tall for my weight.
I wish I had
Morty-
that problem.
Twillery told me I'm a
Morty.
unicorn. They've never seen anything like me.
Morty should shop at like Abercrombie Kids.
I don't know.
That's
I'm
a
open
great
to
thing.
suggestions. I'm open to
That's a
suggestions.
great
I
thing
need
for
shirts.
me to go to Bloomstein when one of our players tried coming to you at Twitter. He had nothing that was.
By the way,
everything was too big on him.
he made a Shaq suit, so this is just the opposite.
Yeah. By the way,
Avi,
why
you
is
said all
why am I
yours.
getting the same treatment?
Why doesn't he have? If he has like a mannequin Lego piece, then maybe you could use that to size up Morty.
Believe it or not, Avi and I at this point it's just procrastination. Believe it or not, Avi and I have some HSL.
Yeah, by the way,
paper-
10 mannequins probably would have won that 400 game.
Dave, they're not having any of this, Dave. They want to keep on going. They're not having any of this.
All right,
Morty,
signing
are you-
off. Signing off.
Morty's still in the preschool.
Peace.
Bye, guys.